Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Man, Antonelli here. So you're telling me that I'm never going to be able to watch this greatness again?
He drives one, deep left field. That goes Upton, back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it.
That's right. You might never watch that again unless they move Bartolo. He could probably play some first base, right? I mean, he's the ageless wonder. He never seems to get old. He could play some first. I think we can put him out at first base. If you guys didn't hear, universal DH probably coming to baseball in 2020 and 2021. What am I talking about coming to baseball in 2020? If you guys just watched my past video, you know, I don't think there's going to be baseball anymore. I said I wasn't going to make predictions, but this is unbelievable what's going on. Anyways, the MLB had proposed to the union in one of the 4,000 proposals a universal DH for the 2020 and 2021 season. There has to be a new collective bargaining agreement done for the seasons past the 2021 season. And if we go 2 years with the universal DH, I would assume that we're not just going to all of a sudden put it back after 2 years, right? Especially where the owners are the ones proposing this and the players are going to accept. Now, we're going to talk about in a second here why the union will accept this and why the players will accept this. I know National League fans, someone just threw something through. They just took their shoe off and threw it through at television. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sure you've probably already heard. This came out a couple of days ago. But let's get into, first, give me your thoughts below. Maybe first listen to my thoughts, but I'm going to give you my thoughts here below on a couple of things, why the players will accept it and the union will accept it, my thoughts on the DH. I have made one video about this before, but I'll make another one right now. And then let me know your comments in the comment section below. Okay, so why would the players accept this? Why would the union accept it? One, it's another position for players to basically play when they get older, right? So when there's a DH, my skills may erode in the field, right? I might not be able to run great. I might not be able to throw very well. I can't really play defense, but I can still hit, right? There's certain guys in the league that are big, strong dudes that can still hit. They can still drive in runs. They can still hit the ball out of the ballpark. They still have a job, right? But they only have half the jobs because the NL doesn't provide those jobs. There's no DH in the NL. Well, this would allow even more players that are kind of at the end of the road in the contract, older players, to still have a job, to still stick in the league. And so players like that. They like to have a job in baseball. Now, the other thing is, if you have the universal DH, there's a chance that on a permanent basis, you could increase the roster size, right? And again, bigger rosters, more players, more jobs, more players getting paid. Players like that stuff. I think overall, too, this is just my personal opinion. I also think it's strange to have two leagues play in the World Series under different rules, right? They've played different rules the entire season. The American League's had a DH. The National League hasn't had a DH. Now we play in the World Series. Depending on which park we play in, we're going to play by those rules. It just seems really weird in the biggest game of the year, the biggest games of the year, to have two different sets of rules that teams have to try to adjust to. It just always seemed weird to me. Now, I know you could say, well, let's just go to no DH. Why do we have to go to a DH? Just go to no DH for both leagues, and that'll settle that. Well, here's a couple more thoughts. Now, the first thing is, I know this is going to get National League people upset, and it usually gets, when I talk about this with older people, older baseball fans that have watched the game for a long time, most of them get mad. Most of them don't like the designated hitter, right? They think it takes a strategy away from the game, right? The manager should have to decide, do I let my pitcher hit? Do I pinch hit, right? Do we double switch? There's a lot more strategy that goes into the game when there's a pitcher in hitting in the 9-hole or the 8-hole. Versus in the American League, right? There's not as much decisions. It's just like, okay, let me put here's my big bopper, hit a home run, come on, I struck out Donner. There's strategy, but there's not as much strategy in the American League as there is in the National League. And listen, I totally get that, and I appreciate strategy. I coach and manage baseball games, and I like strategy, I do. But you know what I don't like? I don't like having to watch the majority of pitchers stand in the back of the batter's box, scared you-know-what-less, They just want to stand there and get the at-bat over with, or they're just going to turn and bunt, regardless of the situation. Hell, it could be bases loaded, and we're like, well, let's just bunt here, or maybe strike out on purpose, because I don't want them to hit into a double play, right? And so, to me, that is boring. That is, like, I don't want to watch that. Now, I know it brings in a little bit more strategy, but I don't want to watch somebody that never hits have to try to hit, right? To me, that's boring. Hitting is extremely hard. I played in the major leagues, and I didn't hit very well in the major leagues. Lots of guys don't hit well in the major leagues. Hitting is tough even for players that practice hitting every single day and are paid millions of dollars to hit. So it's crazy to think that somebody that isn't able to practice and isn't paid, that they're actually going to hit. Now, I know there's some hitters that hit well. I know Zach Greinke hits well. And I know that Madison Bumgarner can crush a baseball, okay? But they're kind of the exception to the rule. Most hitters can't hit because they can't practice it, right? When you're trying to be a big league pitcher, you have to practice pitching a lot. It is very hard to pitch at the major league level. Extremely hard. And so you don't have time to hit. Most pitchers don't practice hitting at all. They just practice pitching. And so it's kind of unfair to expect them to be able to go up there and hit. The other thing is, as a pitcher, it's really hard to stay healthy. You've got to stay healthy for a whole year. Lots of pitchers get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for the simple fact that they're able to step onto the mound every 5 days. That is tough to do, to get on a mound every 5 days throughout the season. And I'm not even saying pitch great. I'm just saying being able to pitch decent, just being able to pitch at a major league level. Okay, not great. Can't be absolutely horrendous because then they'll find someone else. But if you can just pitch all right, but you can step on the mound and make 30-plus starts every single season, you're going to get paid a lot of money to do that. Why? Because it's difficult. It's hard to find guys that can do that. So being able to stay healthy, there's a lot of work that goes into keeping yourself healthy and being able to get out on that mound every 5 days. And just think of all the work that pitchers have to do that, right? It's tough. Tough to expect them to be able to practice hitting, to be able to hit anywhere close to even bad, right? It's hard to hit even bad for pitchers. Pitchers typically horrendous, just worse than bad, okay? And I know there's a couple guys that can do it, right? And I get it. You know, people say, like the Bartolo Colon clip, I want to watch it. It's exciting to watch this. Yeah, I know it was fun to watch it, but it happened once in a bajillion years. And so, you know, me personally, I want to watch hitters that are great hitters be able to hit. David Ortiz, maybe it's because I grew up in Boston. I love watching David Ortiz. Would I watch David Ortiz 1,000 times more? Would I be way more excited to watch David Ortiz hit than watch Bartolo Colon get up and strike out 4,000 times and then finally get a home run? Like, yes, I'd rather watch David Ortiz. I'd rather watch David Ortiz hit than most hitters in the big leagues. Never mind having to watch the pitcher stand there like this and just... Okay, yep, good job. Give him a high five. Not anymore, though. Give him like air high fives now. I mean, I want to watch David Ortiz. Edgar Martinez, one of the greatest right-handed hitters, DH, right? Now, I understand some people say, well, make him play in the field. Don't let him just hit. Make him play in the field, right? I understand. You probably could, right? David Ortiz, put him at first base. Not going to be a great first baseman, but he'll be able to play. But I'd still rather watch a beat-up David Ortiz that at the end of his career maybe can't really play first base. Maybe it's going to be a horrendous first base. Let him just hit. I don't want to watch the pitcher hit, okay? I just don't want to do it. I understand where everyone else is coming from. And in the comment section below, I know a lot of people are going to say, no, I want to watch the pitcher hit. More strategy, all the stuff that we just talked about. Make the DH play in the field. I got it. But me personally, like I said, I like the DH, okay? And it could very well have to do with what you grew up watching. I grew up watching the American League during a time of the designated hitter. So I'm used to that. To me, that's normal. I get how a National League fan who watches National League baseball for a really, really long time is used to no DH. And so that's baseball to you. And I get why that can be really hard to change. But this is what we got going on. And in the end, I think the biggest thing is I want this guy to get a chance. I want Big Al to be able to play in the big leagues. That's the real reason why I want the DH. That's all I have. Comment section below what you think. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, share with all your friends. Thanks to our patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel, and we will talk to you later.